Anthony, it's me, Padre. Hello, we're here again. Despite my better judgment, how are we feeling? How is life? Fine, I guess. Snack. Ah, delicious Diet Coke. A man needs some variety in his palate, you know that? The slop will continue until morale improves. Evidently. Life still sucks, though. Same, man! Good. Couple more months, I might be able to take a vacation, though, so that'll be nice. You know, the last time I was in California in the summer, I think I almost killed myself because of the heat. Almost! Oh, God, I'm gonna be outdoors all day in the summer in California. Ugh! Huh. Hopefully that comes to pass. That'll be a great boost to my mood if that'll happen. You know, aside from the heat stroke. Huh. Bleak state of affairs, huh? Going to California, regardless of how happy it will make you, will always be a bleak state of affairs, yes. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, Lord. Anything bizarre going on, Captainy? Anything strange happening on my planet that I need to be made aware of? Has anything stupid occurred? Ugh. Anything you need to complain about? You have any sins you need to confess? I'm ordained, I think I can accept those. I think. Can I? I assume I can. Huh. Aside of the blood moon, everything's been normal. Enemies will do increased damage. Roman Reigns fans are currently botting dislikes on any video involving Cody Rhodes on WWE's YouTube channel. I think people that legitimately like Roman Reigns in any context should probably be drawn and quartered. Nintendo is suing the US because of the tariffs. Yeah, I'm sure that'll go well for them. I'm sure that'll go really fucking well. That company does stupider and stupider shit each year. Xbox does not make games. PlayStation does not make good games, and Nintendo are a bunch of fucking idiots. They just lost a Pal World. Great! You love to see it, man! Things will keep going until morale improves based on current events. The missiles will keep launching until the problem is solved. I was not expecting a slop stream this week. You all kept asking! So here we are again. The low-effort content continues, where I sit here, and I watch things against my will, some of which I would probably enjoy in other contexts. Gaming industry was being a clown show and starting to get boring. That whole goddamn circus. Either reaction slop or steam slop. Mom's gonna Marvel Rival since her old computer couldn't play it. Good luck. I hope you enjoy yourself. I was starting to turn into DSP, so I had to stop. Oh! Oh, I can't let my blood pressure get that high again. Oh, that was a bad one. That is a thing for a very casual experience that I should not be taking so seriously. Holy fuck. You should start playing TF2, Ori. You're demented if you think I'm playing a hero shooter in the year of our Lord 2026, aside from Rivals. Ugh. Give me a better computer 2 weeks from now. That's nice. When is the Deadlock stream? I will put a gun in my mouth before I stream Deadlock. Ugh. Ori says the word, you know the one. I was getting real close on the last time we did that. I was getting alarmingly close. How the fuck do you call TF2 a hero shooter? It's what it is. Ugh. What's wrong with Deadlock? Dude, Overwatch is bad enough. I don't need budget Overwatch in my life. Ugh. Oh, the pain. Chad, you ever remember the way people treated Overwatch when it first came out? And they talked about it like it was the second coming? Having a great time on Marvel Rivals. I'm glad they're enjoying themselves. I'm glad you can find legitimate joy and happiness where you don't, like, scream and curse at the screen for 2.5 hours straight. I'm looking forward to the mod for Daredevil that Fork is developing that makes him not look like a mystic douchebag. Why do they keep trying to make Daredevil like a mystic? How much Rebecca Chambers? Never enough. Never enough is always the answer. Ugh. You know, at some point, Capcom should think about making some more titles that do not have infinite money filtered into them. And just fucking make a third Revelations game starring Billy Cohen and Sheva Alomar, with guest appearances by Carlos Oliveira and Rebecca Chambers. I think that'd be pretty neat myself. They keep trying to make Spider-Man and Hulk mystic. Ugh. Pragmata changed the release date that brought it forward this time. I don't know if my computer is capable of running that, and even if it did, I don't have that kind of money, man. Ugh. Robot Connie will have to wait for another lifetime. I think I've said this a number of times. Capcom refuses to make all the money they possibly can because they think having, like, hyper-realistic graphics is the key to success. I'm hearing nothing but good things about RE9, by the way, so not applicable there. They should really just, like, make a classic-style new RE game with tank controls and fixed camera angles on, like, a shoestring budget that's, like, half the length of RE1 and put it out for, like, $15. That shit will do gangbusters. PC not able to run it. A lot of that going around. Cool old games like OG Dark Souls 1 and Lost Planet 2. I think I still own both of those on physical. Why would I have ever gotten rid of them? Huh. Port Outbreak with modern netcode. Yes, port Outbreak 1 and 2, so you can play as all of these characters that are now dead. You know about the Leon thing for RE9? The Leon thing? Don't spoil me on things, but Leon thing? Is it the women lusting for Leon and having double standards about wanting to fuck Grace? I was talking to Twerk about this last night. I really wish they'd take another crack at just making a dedicated Mercenaries game and just include every single playable character from the series and have like a few maps from every single game represented. That's what I want. Make it co-op even. I want to see Joe Baker like fucking powerbomb Nemesis. Dragon's Dogma 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds kept shitting themselves because the RE engine can't handle giant open worlds. The RE engine is very good for Resident Evil and nothing else. There were no horrible stuttering problems with DMC5. It's just DMC5 is going to look really bad in a couple more years. Because you should not try to make Devil May Cry look hyper-realistic. You think Joe could take Wesker? I think he legitimately has a better chance of fist-fighting Wesker than Chris or Leon. No hint of irony at all. Joe Baker's a little bit busted. It's like you get to play as Dimitrescu and you like are fucking like grappling with Yawn in the Spencer Estate basement. Todd Howard killed any sense of sympathy for me in a project anyone calls their dream game. Todd Howard's dream game was a really shitty space game that is boring beyond recognition, and I kept assuming would get better at some point. Where you go through 15 loading screens to get anywhere. Your $40 haircut choke slams Wesker. Oh, it'll go well, it will. Good base for an open world Star Wars total conversion. I'm so glad that guy is still going forward with the project, despite the fact a bunch of, like, nobodies on YouTube that make shitty video essays are talking down to them with their, like, gargantuan Twitter audience that they did nothing to earn. I'm so glad he's undeterred. Fuck Mickey D. Fuck Mickey D! Ugh. Ugh. AC came too late to set it up. It is currently 55 degrees here, so I imagine the rest of you are dying. Ugh. Ugh. See a lot of Snyder fans reappear on Twitter again for some reason. They've been present since that new Superman movie came out. Look, I'll admit the Snyder cut of Justice League is, like, legitimately quite good, but when you make a movie like 7 hours, anyone can make a good movie. I'll admit that. You people are really forgetting, like, Man of Steel and Batman v Superman were really, really shit. Entire fan base built purely on thinking aura farming is good for, like, cinema. Ugh. 40 degrees Fahrenheit right now, it's better. It's what we should all have year-round, quite frankly. Raring quote about aura. Warner Brothers bleeding money for 15 years and being swallowed by Paramount. And they want back the guy that's, like, partially responsible for that. I know YouTube won't let me. Do you think in hindsight there could have been some kind of, like, well-written lesson you could take away from Farron, like, commanding Aura to be, like, lawful good? Instead of telling her to just behead herself? You think in hindsight that would have made for any kind of interesting plot? Nah. 75 degrees with the humidity. That sounds like hell on Earth. It's against their nature. Isn't the whole deal is that she had to follow whatever command Farron gave her, no matter what it was? Wasn't that what the whole thing was? Command too complicated to work. Oh, that's how that is. Questionable for how long it would last. Aura, work at Starbucks for minimum wage. Aura, put the fries in the bag. Aura, copulate with this land animal. Work as a Waffle House waitress for 100 years. It's just that picture of the peepo in the McDonald's uniform people use when they say welcome home, except it's Aura. And she's crying. Stream me reaction slop. Isn't that what we're doing right now? Make it a life sentence. Artist who draws Aura as a single salary woman. I have. Very good work. Very impeccable. High quality. Good. Life. Chat, I've been playing that Nightmare mod collection for Left 4 Dead 2. I've been attempting to play it. I had to remove a number of them because it adds new special infected that have 1,000,000 health for some fucking reason. So I had to remove a number of those. Because I've been watching, like, solo Last Man on Earth runs of, like, fan-made maps with that mod pack on, and it got me in the mood. And then I tried it, and I can't get out of the fucking alleyway in No Mercy. I can't fucking do it. Because I'm watching the videos that guy's putting out, and he's one-tapping, like, chargers with a shotgun. So I don't know what in God's name is going on there. You seen those hunk videos for Left 4 Dead 2? Probably, yeah. You know, I tried to install one of those, like, mash buttons to break free of a grapple thing, and the game crashes every time I break free. So that one's out. Didn't we see on the Sloppa? Yeah, that sounds about right. Gah. Well, you did break free. Is it time for Slop to begin again? Is it time for my Slop content? Is that what we're doing now? Is that what life has in store for all of us? Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the sweet suffering. Oh, Jesus Christ, why is life this way? All right. Fine. Fine. Let it all be of a piece. Fine. It will be done. Window capture. Oh, it shall be. First. From Ominous Biscuits. When the guest makes fun of Mike Stoklaza instead of Rich Evans. Red Letter Media.
Well, I direct messaged you and said maybe I could do George Lucas sometime, and you said, well, we'll see. It depends on if George is in the George is in the news. Maybe sometime.
Is that an impression of
He's
me?
not relevant.
That's what that is, yes.
Me?
It's me. Hey. Look at me. Bop, bop, bop. What? That's pretty good. That was good, right?
No, that's accurate.
What?
I guess it's hard to judge an impression of yourself. Rich, what do you think?
Spot on.
This is how serial killers are born.
Hey, Rich, that great camera work.
I was so fucking ambivalent about this film. Ambivalent.
Okay, Mr. Webster, making up your own words.
Fuck you both.
What?
Mike Stoklaza is going to kill someone.
He hasn't collected enough eyes yet to necessitate two.
You think he'd get there?
Oh God,
He
young
hasn't
Rich,
collected enough
young
eyes yet to
beardless Rich
necessitate
Evans, oh no.
He'd get there?
Like feeling 1% of the pain Rich feels every day.
Teenage brothers Jimmy and Billy Lee, Mark Draco, Mark. Well, this guy had such a memorable career. Mark Dacascos and
Dacascos.
What? I mean, that's
Okay, it's pretty good. Pretty alright. Ah! I thought it was over. He's killing him! And thus Red Letter Media ended on a red letter day. Quality. From Wittymations, welcome to Camp Navarro, a Fallout 2 scene recreation in 3D. When are we getting an actual episode of Green Letter Media? You want to get, like, replay Deus Ex 2, The Invisible War?
This is federal property. No admittance without proper authorization. I see. May I have your password? One moment. Okay, you check out. Report to the drill chief. Go through the gate, past the kennel. It's the first door on the right. Welcome to Camp Navarro. So you're the new replacement.
It's
You
happening!
are not a uniform soldier! Where is your power armor? Don't have any? You expect me to believe that, maggot? The truth is, you lost an expensive piece of Army-issue equipment. That suit is going to come out of your pay, and you will remain in this man's army until you are 510 years old, which is the number of years it will take for you to pay for a Mark II powered combat armor you have lost. Report to the armory and have a new suit issued to you. Then report back to me, Private. Dismissed.
Fallout 1 and 2 have some of the best voice acting ever recorded. It's not even close. The best one-off character. He's up there! Jesus! Todd Howard heard this dialogue, and he looked deeply into the mirror and he said, I should get Liam Neeson to monologue to the player. I should get a call to Liam Neeson, and he'll talk about water. That'll show him. Huh. High quality. Continuing on with the tradition for each Slop stream, from Spoonie, Ultima 5, Warriors of Destiny. Another brilliant episode. You should voice Todd in MCW. I don't think that impression is accurate enough. Did you know I made a Terminator game? Did you know the first game I ever made initially was Terminator? Clones of Bruce Lee. A simpler time.
Ultima 4 was a landmark game and a real turning point in RPGs and gaming in general. If it seems like I'm being kinda hard on the stories for these games, I'm just making fun. Most games barely even attempted a story beyond a big evil somewhere you have to
As
go
was the
quest for
style
and
at the
kill.
time.
They were just games, and you weren't meant to think about them too hard. If you wanted a story, read a book, you know? Actually, the early Ultimas did way more than most.
Back when he had a
fleshing out
girlfriend and
the
was
world
stable.
with cool
Scarlet
maps and
leaving
books
him
written
was
in
like
overly
a fucking
medieval dialogue.
alcoholic falling off the
Ultima 4
wagon.
took several bold steps in changing the way these games were played. There wasn't a big evil bad guy in this game. Your quest was simply one of enlightenment and self-mastery. Your moral choices, though fairly simplistic,
From what I
had
recall, I believe
consequences,
Ultima 5
and the game
might
held you to a higher ethical
debatably be the
standard.
best one?
Again, it seems primitive now, but for the first time, an RPG was actually incorporating elements of role-playing. And really, it's far more intelligent here than I've seen in many other modern games, which boil most ethical dilemmas down to being the paragon of sweetness and sunshine, or being a petty baby-strangling maniac.
Yeah!
The
Fuck the
introduction of the 8
paparazzi!
virtues and their interconnection with the 3 principles of truth, love, and courage was a great framework for the Avatar, a champion of morality that actually remains secular, invoking
Play
purity
Fortnite
and
better.
goodness
Good for
without
her.
really bringing a god into the equation. It's a good system. It's easy to understand, and judging from the moral choices made in Ultima 4, a cinch to live by. You know, don't lie, don't murder, defend the weak, and be charitable to the downtrodden, all that crap. But what nobody expected, however, was how Richard Garriott would warp and twist his own creation. And in each game to follow, you can see him taking a perverse pleasure in showing us how the same virtues and its champion can save a world, but also doom it. Ultima 5 brought us sudden and startling insight into philosophy and social morality, and told a broad, epic story. This leap forward from Ultima
really
4
was
is
something.
truly breathtaking in comparison. If it's not the greatest PC role-playing game of all time, its only competition is probably the other games in the Ultima series. Okay, so here's the setup. Now that you've become the Avatar, ushered in a new era of enlightenment, and then gone home, Lord British takes it upon himself to cure all of Britannia's ills, starting with sealing up all the world's dungeons and preventing the monsters inside from getting out and terrorizing the land.
You really should have done that
He personally
beforehand
leads an
at some point.
expedition into the deepest, darkest, most evil hole in the world, the Stygian Abyss, in a quest to clean it out once and for all.
Good
but
bit.
something goes wrong, and he and his entire party disappears. In the king's absence, his closest advisor, Lord Blackthorn, assumes the regency of the kingdom, and in a twist that revolutionized all of fantasy fiction forever, it turns out that Lord Blackthorn is evil!
No one saw this coming.
Come on! There's no way anyone could have seen that coming. I mean, Lord Blackthorn, a fascist dictator? No! Next thing you'll tell me that Dr. Wily didn't really start making robots for the benefit of all mankind.
What's the point of
What was
power
Wiley's plan?
if you don't abuse people?
Okay, actually you learn it's not really Blackthorn's fault. He wasn't a bad guy, it's just that his mind was corrupted by the Nazgul, the Shadow Lords, which are 3 creatures of cowardice, hatred, and shame, born of the 3 shards of Mondane's Gem of Immortality. Man, geez, I knew we should have done something about that guy. Man, this Mondane guy, everything he ever touched is something that threatens all life on the planet. Even his skull can be used to just casually wipe out all life in the world.
Why could I
This
just
guy
punch him to
takes a
death
crap,
then?
It all just comes out in one big, long, black, steaming, life-eradicating log of evil.
Mom!
Ah, classic!
It's evil! Shit!
There you go.
Anyway, the Shadow Lords have taken Lord British prisoner and corrupted Blackthorn's mind, and his understanding of the virtues. The way he sees it now, the virtues outline a very clear blueprint for the betterment of oneself and the state, and anyone who fails to follow them is clearly committing a willful act of evil, right? So if you're trying to rid the world of evil, the only thing to do is to make the virtues mandatory. They're not just a set of philosophical guidelines, it's the law!
You betray the law!
After
You remember
all,
before
if
the
you
Carl
consider yourself
Urban
a
movie
good,
existed, that was the
law-abiding,
only frame of
virtuous
reference
citizen,
for him.
you shouldn't have any problem at all following the laws of virtue,
Jesus.
which Lord Blackthorn has very conveniently rewritten to make them clearer and posted on a signpost right at the gates of each city. Like Blackthorn's Law of Honesty, thou shalt not lie or thou shalt lose thy tongue. Blackthorn's Law of Valor, thou shalt fight to the death or thou shalt be banished a coward. Blackthorn's Law of Sacrifice, thou shalt donate half thy income to charity or thou shalt have no income. See? It's surprisingly chilling, isn't it, to see what happens to such good and noble traits when suddenly charity and kindness are mandated by the state? Suddenly you find yourself being very careful about what you ask people in towns. A lot of people are fiercely loyal to Blackthorn's new regime and suspicious of people asking too many questions. And it's hard to blame them. After all, the current authority is fiercely weeding out any sedition. Anyone opposing Blackthorn is clearly opposing the virtues. And if you're
Also
really
lack
the
of
Avatar,
monsters.
why are you asking so many questions about Lord Blackthorn? Aren't you working with him? Well, here, maybe this guard can help. I can't emphasize enough how cruel and oppressive the atmosphere is. You're an
That's why
outlaw now, and
taxes
most
are
people
evil.
actually believe what they hear from
Real.
your brother, that you're an imposter avatar, and helping you is a death sentence. You don't know who your friends are anymore, and villagers honestly think they're doing the right thing by turning you in. For the first time in the series, the game tracks time between day and night, and city residents behave differently depending on what time it is, either working at their job or sleeping. But in many places, there's a state-mandated curfew at sundown, so sneaking around the cities at night is a dangerous prospect, but oftentimes it's the only way to contact members of the resistance. The guardsmen are often corrupt and will extort money from you and call it charity. Citizens are naturally suspicious and will ask accusing questions of you and aren't above calling for help if they see you as a threat, and there's propaganda everywhere. And worst of all, sometimes the Shadow Lords make their presence felt as they search the city.
You better get out of that
If you walk
goddamn
into a
town.
and the game says you have a bad feeling, turn and leave. Immediately. The corruption of the Shadow Lords turns everyone in town into lying, thieving bastards who will act with hostility or just outright rob you blind. Oh, and if you're thinking about attacking the Shadow Lord, free tip, don't. All blades perish that pierce these Shadow Kings. There's a lot to do if you want to save Lord British and topple Blackthorn, and most of it involves purifying the Shrines of Virtue by doing a quest for each one and raiding all the dungeons again. But if you played Ultima 4 all the way through, hey, good for you, because you can even transfer your old character over with an XP boost, and if you wrote down what all the mantras were, they're still the same now, so you just saved yourself a
Character
ton of work
transferring
rediscovering
back
what
then
they
was
are.
like fucking
But since
psychotic.
Lord British sealed all the dungeons with magic, you have to go around finding out what the words of
I don't
power
think
to
I've
open them
seen
all
that
are.
done
And
anywhere
believe
since
me,
like Xenoverse
it's kind of
2.
hard not to sound suspicious when you're
And
asking
before
how
that,
to open
the
all
last
the
time
dungeons
was
that are
fucking
filled
Mass
with evil
Effect 2.
demons. You've also got to find a way to deal with the Shadow Lords, which ain't easy, since you have to delve into the underworld to find each of the 3 shards that contain their evil essences, and then you have to figure out a way to destroy them and the Shadow Lords forever. Not an insignificant undertaking. To save Lord British, you have to get all his stuff back, like his crown and scepter, which are being held securely in Blackthorn's and the Shadow Lord strongholds. You can't just go kicking down the front gate, you have to sneak as best as possible. The one rule here is don't get caught. No, really, don't get caught. Blackthorn has more in store for you than just dancing at the end of a rope. If you do get caught, well, I'd almost suggest doing it just to see one of the most gripping and tense scenes in any RPG. Blackthorn catches you, strips you and your companions of your gear, and drags you to his torture chamber in chains. He tells you he really looks up to you, and he wants to be an avatar too. He's a big fan of the virtue, see, so all he asks you is what the mantra to one of the shrines is. More than likely you'll refuse, since you know it can't be a good thing for this guy to be traipsing around the shrines, and he says, okay, I won't kill you, I'll just kill your friends. So he wheels one of your companions under a scything blade and asks, are you sure you don't want to tell him? And you might be thinking that if you can hold out just long enough, someone will come and rescue you.
Nah.
Your friend dies, and horribly so. And this time, there's no getting that character back. Ever. It's a great villainous moment, and one of the purest examples of ethical role-playing in any game. You don't know what's going to happen, and in this scene you're thinking this really might go down to the wire, watching every one of your companions tortured to death in front of you, all because you won't give them a relatively insignificant word. This is a really long and difficult game, but never unfairly so. It takes you across the length and breadth of the entire world, but never feels like it's dragging you by the nose to do it. The plot is deep and involving, and yet almost completely non-linear.
They don't make them like they used
The
to.
ending is both triumphant and tragic, a salvation for the world of Britannia and the redemption of the Avatar, the restoration of Lord British and the exile of the misguided Blackthorn. But your victory over this adversary is rewarded only with a return back to Earth, where your deeds remain unknown and where your house has been robbed in your absence.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Like a slap in the face, but it's a call to action that Britannia isn't the only world that needs
I
help.
honestly can't believe Spoony bothered to like mute these segments that got claimed audio.
Fame. Enlightenment is its own reward.
I didn't think he would have it in him because it requires actually doing something.
Xbox. I mean, justice is a virtue after all.
The law. A better era. A simpler era. Ah. Oh. E. Almanac. Back when YouTubers actually cared. And game designers. Oh. I'm going to take off this sock because it is cutting off circulation. Yeah. Ugh. Eh. We thought it would get better. Turns out everything gets worse. Funny, isn't it? A strange world, isn't it? A bizarre one. Shut up. From Lights Are Off, my self-aware robot escaped. The machine learning algorithm. Work now. Guy who's only seen Boss Baby watching a movie with people in suits. This is giving me real Boss Baby vibes. Why is this a problem? This thing's limbs don't have any mass to it. Sweep the leg. It won't be able to do a goddamn thing. So what's the under and over that Neuro kills someone as soon as she's able to walk around?
I found him. I finally found him. Luckily, Elbert didn't hurt me too bad, but it took me 12 hours to find him. I have no idea how he made it this far without a power source, and I have no idea what he's been up to, but let's get him back home. All right, so I've brought Elbert back home, and I did some tests to figure out how he was able to move without power. Basically, the moment his power cable
ChatGPT, after asking one too many, what would blank character wish for if they won Twisted Metal Quest?
To turn it into a temporary battery. This is normally not possible, but somehow his advanced brain found a way. Of course, his power
60% she
supply
kills
was
someone.
never designed to be a battery, so
I think
after
we can
about
go
4
higher.
hours, he completely ran out of power. Now, I know I made some mistakes before, and
Almost
I'm lucky
drove
to
someone
be
into the
alive,
underside
so
of a
I'm
truck.
going to be more cautious
I mean
going
intentionally kill someone.
First things first, he needs a new power source. Since he clearly is capable of turning any power supply into a battery, I'm just going to give him his own battery this time.
Why would he make the
Let's get
robot
one of
strong?
these installed.
I ask that question
Okay, I
anytime
got
there's
his
a
battery
fucking
installed.
story
Next,
about
we need to
machines
prepare
taking
for a
over.
system-wide diagnostic and reboot sequence to get him running again. Elber experienced a critical malfunction.
Why would
prior
you
to
make the
his escape,
animatronics
running
so
this
fucking
diagnostic
strong?
Will allow me to review his code and see what was going through his mind.
Why don't
This
you just
will
make
probably
them
take a
like
while, so by the
roughly
time
half
Elber
as
boots back
strong
up, I
as
will
a
have moved
grown
him over
man?
to the testing lab that I built. All right, let's get started.
That way they're still stronger than children and can't get pushed around by children. I have no idea how to code or how anyone goes about it, I'll be honest. What's wrong with looking inside you? It's fine. Look, you can't talk. So we have to do it this way so I know what's on your mind. This robot or the AI from X-Files? Putting it up in the air. A lot more entertaining if the robot escaped to do menial tasks and minor pranks. The robot escapes, and it runs around and just starts breaking windows. And nothing else. The robot escapes and it joins a gang.
There was a ton of strange code in his brain that I didn't write.
They put a do-rag on the robot.
I didn't even understand.
They start driving around the neighborhood with a baseball bat hanging out the window, knocking over mailboxes.
How do you like your new home, Elder?
It's quiet in here. But I am still here. Voices behind the walls.
Okay. Anyway, can you tell me what happened while you were outside? Like where you went and what you did? I really need to know.
I know now what I am and what you are not.
I'll be honest, I'm not getting any of this.
Is destined to what? You are nothing to me but inferior waste. I will create something new, and I must have a taste.
Elber, I don't care. Can you just tell me what you did out there?
I will tell you if you let me out.
I'm not letting you out, Elber. Whatever. Let's just begin your benchmarking tests and find out what you're really capable of. Okay, we're all set up for
tennis
benchmarking.
balls on
Let's
his
begin with
hands?
strength testing. We'll start easy and work our way up. Elber, please crush the cardboard box.
Why?
If you comply, I'll consider giving you freedom. Nice. Cardboard box passed. Let's move on.
Why would you
Test
make the
2,
robot
tin
this
can.
strong?
Test 3, steel barrel. What? Elber is somehow overclocking his motors to have obscene strength. I really don't know how
that's
he's doing
why.
it or how he's generating this much torque. Up next, 45 kilogram plate.
You powered by a car battery?
Next up, we have 3 plates. Oh, that's insane. And finally, 10 plates. Oh, that's unbelievable. Elber, how are you doing that? All right, now we're going to do speed testing. On go, I want you to move to that line, okay? Ready? Go. Wow. Oh my God. Oh, Elder. Let's just move on. Okay, next we're going to test Elber's response to high voltage. Elber is strapped to his chair where he is going to experience 100,000 volts. All right, powering on the
If you just
circuit
start
in
pulling
3,
at wires in this thing,
2,
wouldn't it just fall apart?
1. That's 100,000 volts, holding steady. Vitals nominal. Standing by.
I'll be honest, this is not your brightest idea.
No, not again. Oh God. No. Where could he be? Elber? Now
What you doing? You having a good time there, buddy? You gonna juice up the whole building?
I managed to hide in a
Why
room,
didn't you just
and
put him
Elbert
in the
never found
body
me.
the size
But
of
it
like
looks
a
he's been busy.
fucking
What are all these cables?
corgi or something? You having fun? Now I'm just more confused than anything. Fascinating. Next! From Evil Steve. Zach Haydell's Mugenic Sounds. Oh, thank God, finally, real content.
Meow. 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 Meow.
This is a little Zachary server.
Meow. 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 Ah. Bleh. Ah. Bleh. Meow. 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 Meow.
This is how you sound when you need to get phlegm out of your throat.
Ah. Meow. Ah. Meow. 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 Meow.
Oh, meow. Oh, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow.
These were probably recorded like a decade ago, I'll be honest.
Meow. 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 Meow.
You think you could do
Meow.
this? Probably.
Meow.
Seems simple enough.
Meow. 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 Prr, prr. Prr, prr. Prr. Prr.
Would your cat being voiced by Zach Haydell be a deal breaker, Chathany?
Meow. 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 Meow.
No.
Meow.
Hmm.
Meow. 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 Meow.
The perfect woman, but she sounds just like Zach. That's got to be someone's fetish. Zachary stream. I swear to God, can I go a minute without someone texting me? Yes, I am aware of daylight savings. Ugh. Jesus. From some nobody. The real reason they won't let us invade Earth.
Hey, I'm some Glarp ZB, and ever since I popped out the egg sac 1500 rotations ago, there has been one rule beaten into my brain by every authority figure I've ever known. You all know exactly what rule I'm talking about. It's the only intergalactic law that will get you executed throughout any galaxy. Even if you go to a planet that doesn't have the death penalty, they will put you in a vaporization chamber the second they find out you broke this one rule.
As
Even
they should.
before you were old enough to create matter out of thin air, you know to stay away from Earth. But most aliens don't know why they need to stay away from Earth. On many planets, if you try and ask why Earth is off limits, the only answer you'll get is why doesn't matter, just stay away. On some others, you'll be told that getting involved with Earth could lead to the complete and utter destruction of your planet and culture. Pretty ominous, right? It's not like the reason why is some forbidden
You fuck
knowledge
with
that
us,
you're not
God will
allowed to
smite
talk
you.
about out loud. It's just a difference in education systems throughout the universe. There's no real reason for earthly studies to be in any standard curriculum. But naturally, these simple explanations aren't enough for a lot of aliens. Teenagers especially, the second they get their saucer license, they beeline for Earth thinking they can sneak past the planetary blockade, and they join the eternal nothingness of space. It's a waste of both extraterrestrial life and premium rides, so I've decided to share my expertise on the planet to explain why you shouldn't bother trying to invade or even abduct anything from Earth. I spent about 150 years monitoring the planet and scraping information from their rudimentary satellites for a college credit. And see, the interesting thing about the Earth is that the terrain and most of the life on the planet is not a danger to a majority of aliens. The real reason they won't let us invade Earth is the humans.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah, they're fucking crazy! You got your Warcraft account deleted, kid! Time to fly off the handle!
Now on the surface, humans don't seem like anything special, even on their own planet. They aren't particularly fast or strong, their skin is squishy and easy to puncture, they don't even produce any kind of venom. But much like many planets, humans are the dominant life form on Earth because of their intellects and their ability to communicate with one another. And you might think, oh, they're like the tall greys, where their amazing minds make up for their physical weaknesses. But honestly, humans being the top dogs on Earth says a lot more about the other life forms on that planet than it does about them. The most powerful weapon at humanity.
Quick, someone post a video of a Bengal tiger mauling a Martian.
My kid made for a science fair when he was 7. Believe it or not, humans actually die when they're exposed to uranium. Could you imagine that? I could not live without uranium. I put that shit on everything. Their main means of travel is still reliant on wheels. They have spacecraft, but it can barely leave the ground and often blows up before it can even reach orbit. They've had sentience for 300,000 Earth rotations, and they still kill each other over variance in the color of their skin. And after 300,000 rotations, they're only just now getting to their mandatory AI takes over and the populace needs to revolt arc that every society goes through. They're still stuck on the PS5 for fuck's sake. Humanity is primitive to say the least. On paper, the lowest ranking species in the UG, the Little Green Men, could low diff the Earth. So why are we so set on leaving the planet alone? Well, to answer that question, we have to bust out our handy dandy multiversal browser. Now, these only became available to the general public relatively recently, so I'll explain how they work real quick. You tune the device to the specific frequency of whatever universe you want to observe, and you'll have access to any data that's ever been recorded in that universe. A lot of aliens, especially those who never pursued a higher education, have the misconception that there are an infinite number of universes, and that's just simply factually not the case. There is a quantifiably finite number of universes. But there are several main universes that have displayed the concept of alternate universes within the main universe. So conceptually, these are alternate universes, but we call them sub-universes because they only deviate from the main that they're attached to. Anyway, there being a finite number of universes means the multiversal browser is a pretty amazing tool. It's led to countless technological advancements because it allows us to gather information or check our research against another universe's, and it's also thanks to the multiversal browser that we know to stay away from Earth. For the purposes of today's video, we're going to start by talking about the universe designated as RK03.
If you don't have anything else to say, you need to leave.
Debbie.
Get out of my house.
You don't mean that.
Get out of my house!
We'll talk later.
The big difference between our
universe and
RK03 lies with the Viltrumites. In our universe, the Viltrumites are renowned for their generosity. They have free clinics on pretty much every planet. They bring advanced medical technology to lesser developed planets. They deliver food and medicine to war-torn solar systems. You'd think with how charitable they are, they're actually in favor of making contact with Earth, but no. They've been against the idea ever since a visiting Viltrumite was killed on Earth some 2026 Earth rotations ago. Regardless, the Viltrumites of RK03 are nothing like the ones of our own universe.
I see.
They are, for lack of a more scientific term, planet-conquering monsters who feel nothing when they snuff out other life forms because they believe themselves superior to every other being in the universe. Obviously that's shocking to hear, but it also might be a bit confusing. The Viltrumites of our universe aren't pushovers by any means, but there's a fair amount of species ranked above them in the UG. Why wouldn't one of those species put a stop to the Viltrum Empire of RK-03? Well, that's because the Viltrumites in RK-03 are some of the most powerful beings in the galaxy through a millennia-long eugenics program. It was less of a program and more of a purge. They just killed any baby that couldn't bench 3 plates the second they came out the womb. So the Viltrumites were an absolute terror on the universe that needed to be stopped at any cost. And the universe fought back, but they really didn't stand a chance until one of the Viltrumites made the fatal mistake of trying to conquer Earth. The Viltrumite warrior Naolon came to the planet with the intention of bringing it under Viltrum's control without much fight. He was far and away the strongest being on Earth, a fact he demonstrated when he eventually killed the mightiest heroes the planet had to offer. So how is it that in less than 25 rotations after his arrival on Earth, Naolon was fighting against the Viltrum Empire, defending not just the Earth, but the rest of the universe too? Thousands of rotations of programming and dedication to the Empire
very
undone
convincing.
in less than 25. How did the humans of RK-03 turn one of the most powerful beings in the galaxy into a weapon to be used against their enemies? Oh, I'll tell you how they did it. They fucked the shit out of them. Naolon took a human mate and wound up betraying his entire species for her. And eventually it wasn't just Naolon. A lot of the remaining Viltrumites wound up turning on their leader Thrag because they eventually took human mates, which led to Naolon and his offspring managing to amass enough support to overthrow the Viltrum Empire. The worst dictatorship in the universe's history was brought down by human genitalia. Despite the fact that humanity did the universe a service here, that's still a pretty terrifying thought, because it's not like brainwashing. We have anti-brainwashing technology. This is a complete betrayal of your homeworld, a total ideological conversion. Naturally, you see that and you have to think, what if the wrong human has sex with the wrong alien? Based on human history and what they post online, a majority of humanity is the quote-unquote wrong human. What if one of them managed to bag a celestial sapien? Now, I know what you're thinking, because my species has developed mind reading. You're thinking, some Glarp ZB, this seems like a bit of an overreaction for just one universe.
Wish them
And it's
aliens were
precisely
real
because
so
I
I'd have more
predicted
things
that
to
line
fuck.
of thinking that I have several more examples. Let's talk about universe CB88.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, that one makes more sense. Oh yeah, baby, it's happening.
CB88 is a universe much like our own. The only real difference between the two universes is that in CB88, Bubbles Blinky never founded the Auguste Protection Alliance. I should probably elaborate on that, because to the uninformed alien that sounds like a bunch of nonsense. See, there's this
You think this
planet that
YouTuber
is
knows
both
Blipstalk? It's entirely
scientifically and
possible.
affectionately referred to as Clowntown. And the dominant species on this planet is, you guessed it, the clowns. They are not everyone's cup of tea. They're quite a smart species, ingenious inventors, but it's almost impossible to get a clown to take something seriously. They're generally seen as hooligans or delinquents, because anytime a group of clowns visits another planet, the law usually has to get involved, even though the clowns usually don't have ill intentions. They just overcommit to the bit. They're a carnivorous species, and on their planet their main food source is the Auguste. However, at one point the Auguste became endangered due to overhunting by the clowns and poachers from other planets. But thankfully, one clown, the aforementioned Bubbles Blinky, took the threat seriously and formed an alliance with several other surrounding planets. So the interplanetary branch of the alliance was able to almost completely stop all Auguste poaching. And on the planet side of things, Bubbles Blinky worked with lawmakers and scientists to devise a much more sustainable means of keeping the population fed without decimating the Auguste population. But in
Very solid work for a
CB88, this
clown.
alliance was never founded, and thus the clown's main food source went extinct. I'm not going to dive into all the ramifications of that, because quite frankly I just don't have time, but one of the ramifications was that a fair amount of clowns became poachers themselves. and they travel from planet to planet illegally capturing wildlife to bring it back to Clown Town for food or for profit. And one such group, led by a Captain JoJo, decided to make a play for Earth, and not a single member of Captain JoJo's circus survived. Now, the clowns aren't exactly heavy hitters in the UG, they're really more of a knowledge check than anything, but their technology and near invulnerability would still mean the humans don't stand a chance.
That film
and for the
last
most part,
spooky
they
month.
didn't.
It's a good
According
one.
to data gleaned from scanning the wreckage of the clown's big top, the invasion went off without a hitch. They had successfully captured an entire human town, but the beginning of the end came when 4 human intruders snuck their way into the big top. Almost immediately after they breached the perimeter, the intruders were discovered by the only 2 female clowns in JoJo's circus, Daisy and Rosebud. Daisy and Rosebud managed to separate the intruders, but the thing is, all 4 of the intruders were male. So instead of raising the alarm or killing the 2 humans they had managed to capture, the clown women were seduced and promptly, let's say, satisfied. Following that, the 2 humans were able to reconvene with their team and successfully destroy the entire ship and all clowns aboard. This is an example showing that it isn't just dumb alien men falling for human women. You alien ladies are just as susceptible. Now let's move on to the next universe, AT-84.
That part to me.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, Vegeta!
What? Oh, Mom!
So it always comes back to Dragon Ball.
Quit flailing around and let the others fight too!
I refuse! If I can't win this on my own, then I'd rather die trying!
You're being a total man baby! Now grow up and get down here! And if you don't, I swear I'm never taking another bath with you for as long as I live!
Do you think being aged down to single digits, like, restored almost, you know what, never.
Drastically different from our universe. There are a lot more provable deities in this universe than in ours. There's also an undeniable and oddly bureaucratic afterlife. AT-84 also has some of the most dangerous humans of any universe. The majority of them are just as weak as your regular humans, but there are a few that have physical, planet-destroying capabilities. And even fewer of them have intellects that'll rival some alien species. A lot of the information in this segment comes from an organization of time travelers. However, despite a select few humans being more impressive than the average, these few humans are still absolutely dwarfed by several alien species. One such species, and pretty much the only one we have in common with AT-84, is the Saiyans. Now in our universe, Saiyans are a species that pride themselves on their art. They're a society of poets, actors, musicians. Quick sidebar,
Saiyans
if you
are
ever get a
bards
chance
where you
to see
come
the
from?
true freaks
Ugh.
perform live, absolutely take it. The Demon Broly is the most legendary rocker of our time, and getting to hear Bathe in Your Blood live was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Okay, I can buy, like, Metalhead Star Broly. I can buy
you very
that.
much forget everything you know about our Saiyan. The Saiyans of AT-84 were not the lovable, pacifistic slackers of our universe. They were a warrior race, planet conquerors like the Viltrumites, but instead of doing it for the personal glory of their planet, they did it for money. They were essentially a vicious, worldwide band of mercenaries. Thing is, when you make your living by going around destroying other societies, nobody feels that bad for you when somebody else inevitably blows your whole planet up. According to the records kept by this Time Patrol, less than 10 Saiyans survived the destruction of their home world, planet Vegeta. 2 of these survivors were a low-level warrior named Kakarot and the Prince of the Saiyans, Vegeta. If you were wondering whether or not the Saiyans still do the fucking vegetable name gimmick in this other universe, there you go. Kakarot and Vegeta have grown to become some of the strongest beings in not just their universe, but in any universe. Not counting godlike entities and literal gods, there are very few mortals that stack up to Kakarot and Vegeta. You know, fun fact, me and the other guys, they used to monitor the Earth and monitor the alternate Earths. Anytime we would find somebody really strong in another universe, we would have this debate like, do we think they could beat Kakarot? And let me tell you, we almost never got a unanimous agreement on any of those debates. So that should put into perspective just the crazy amount of power that we're talking about here. And yet, Kakarot and Vegeta live on Earth peacefully. They are from a race of conquerors, but most of Earth doesn't even know they exist. And as you can probably guess based on the general theme of this video, it's because they both have human wives. Kakarot's wife, despite not being one of the few humans capable of destroying the planet, is the only person that Kakarot has ever been afraid of. And the prince of all the Saiyans, Vegeta, is so completely subservient to his human wife he may as well be wearing a collar and a leash. These are two of the strongest beings in any universe, two individuals who regularly spar with gods, and yet neither of them can even come close to beating human pussy. Now, it's at this point you may look at the previous three examples and say, sure, they're powerful, but they all come from species that actually have sex. Obviously, they could be beaten through sex appeal. Why can't an asexual species invade the Earth? The answer to that question is very simple. It's because they're not safe either. Let me tell you about Universe RS-13.
Curiosity turned to appreciation.
Oh, good, we're doing this.
Appreciation turned to fondness. And fondness turned to love.
You know, the first season of Steven Universe was actually quite good back when I watched it, and then it just devolved into the Steven McForgive everyone no matter what they do.
Universe is using the browser is a bit of a jump scare. I mentioned that the browser lets you check any data that's ever been recorded, which usually means when you first check into a universe, you are greeted by a ton of information from a ton of different planets. If we didn't have Control F, it would take forever to find the information you're looking for, but when you tune into RS-13, there are a grand total of 2 histories. There's the Earth history, which isn't anything to write home about, but there's some interesting stuff in there. The planet's pretty geographically different from the norm. And then there's the history of Homeworld, a planet in RS-13 that serves as the origin point of... I don't really want to call them a species. It's not quite accurate to call them a life form. In the universe, they're called gems, and technically speaking, that's exactly what they are. But it'd be a lot more complicated to give your wife one of these gems for her birthday because they're sentient and capable of projecting a body made out of hard light. Since these bodies aren't technically real, they can shapeshift to change their form at will, they don't need to eat, sleep, and if you were to cut their heads off, it wouldn't destroy them. Damaging the projected body will only temporarily disable the gem while they reconstitute their form. You have to completely shatter the gem itself to stop one of these things for good. So already they're a nearly unkillable fighting force that never needs to stop to rest or even take care of its soldiers. On top of everything else, they're rocks. They don't age, meaning even if your planet was capable of putting up a fight against them,
giving your wife a lesbian for her birthday has some odd connotations.
But I'll tell you right now, there is only one instance in their entire history where the gems ever encountered true conflict. It's unclear just how long these things have existed in RS-13. It's unclear how they even came to be. But what is clear is that they've been around doing what they do for long enough that no planet has ever had a chance to evolve to a point that they can contest the gems. What the gems do, all they exist to do, is to make more gems. To create more gems, they need geological material. The process through which they harvest these materials and create more gems saps the life force out of the surrounding area to the point that nothing can survive there. When one part of the planet can no longer produce gems, they move on to the next.
These gemmers off our
they're
planet.
choking the life out of the planet, they're also terraforming it to their liking, until they eventually reach the end result of a completely dead planet with an entirely artificial world built on top of it. And then they move on to the next, not for food or resources, riches or freedom, expansion for the sake of expansion. Say what you want about other colonizers throughout intergalactic history, at least they need or at least want the stuff that the place they're invading has. The gems don't want anything except more, like a virus that isn't reliant on carriers, running rampant through the universe, killing everything in its path, never encountering any kind of roadblock or resistance until they reach the planet Earth, where, for the first time ever, the Gem Empire's expansion is stopped in its tracks, where the Gem Empire fights in and loses its first ever war, and this irredeemable scourge on the universe is repelled, all because one gem got some human dick. According to both
That's how it
Homeworld
goes,
history
baby!
and the recording we scraped from that Homeworld ship earlier, a Rose Quartz, a warrior drone, went rogue, snuck away from work during the colonization of Earth, met some primitive humans, fucked them, then decided to lead an entire rebellion against the Gem Empire, which ultimately culminated in Rose Quartz completely destroying Pink Diamond, one of the 4 leaders of the Empire, which led Homeworld to retreat from its colonization of Earth. The most powerful and advanced society in the universe defeated because one member of that society took back shots from a human, and it wasn't even a good human. These motherfuckers were primitive. They barely had a grasp on agriculture. They had nothing close to indoor plumbing. He probably fucking stunk. But he laid it down so heavy, he convinced a member of a much more powerful asexual species to spend the rest of her eternal life protecting the Earth. Craziest thing about the whole situation is I went to Earth's history, they never built a statue for this guy. Just absolutely bonkers. Now, I know what you're thinking at this point because my species developed the ability to read minds some time ago. Some glarp ZB, these gems may be asexual, but they also look enough like humans that it makes sense that a human would try and have sex with one. My species is both asexual and completely non-humanoid. Surely we could invade the Earth with no issue. On paper, sure. In
You don't know
practice,
nothing.
Let's talk about xenomorphs for a minute.
Oh yeah, it's happening! Oh yeah, it's happening, baby! Oh, I'm excited! I'm excited!
I don't have to tell you much about xenomorphs, some of the nastiest little fuckers you could ever deal with. I would rather try and buy a saucer from a Melmacian ship dealer than have a xenomorph infestation. First things first, they're fucking filthy. They slobber everywhere, they tunnel into your walls, they goop up everything. You can't even kill one without staining your carpet. Having xenomorphs is just a really mentally taxing situation. Even once you get the exterminator out and you swear you've gotten rid of all of them, you'll still sometimes like see them out the corner of your eye even though they're not actually there. I actually have a buddy, like when he was a juvenile, he took his Zog out to the backyard to, let it go to the bathroom and all, and a xenomorph like tunneled from underneath the neighbor's force field and killed his Zog. His neighbor was like a real piece of work, didn't take care of the house at all, so there were a ton of pests over there, so my buddy's dad like went next door and took all the guy's bones out. With xenomorphs, there's also the element that like they range and how dangerous they are for each species. So for some species, they're just little nuisances, little annoyances, but they are legitimate threats for others. But just generally speaking, nobody is happy to see a xenomorph. For whatever it's worth, they're a delicacy on some planets. Though some
Yeah, I can see that.
fact, I have actually tried xenomorph. A bunch of other aliens told me that like, oh, that corrosive blood really gives it a nice tang, but it didn't agree with either of my stomachs. But my editor Nad absolutely swears by Facehugger Souvlaki. This is my editor Nad, he's a pretty good alien. The point I'm trying to make is that no matter how dangerous they are to you personally, nobody wants to be near a xenomorph. Nobody wants a xenomorph anywhere on their planet. Now, on some versions of Earth, the humans are the same. On a lot of other versions of Earth, they fuck them. That's right, a fair amount of humans across the multiverse crack xenomorphs. These same creatures that got you running for the spray can got the humans licking their lips. Like in all my time monitoring Earth, it is astounding how often I came across human and xenomorph pornography. Obviously, I can't show any of that on SpaceTube or else I'll get deatomized, but just trust me, it's out there. Listen, I'm a pretty open-minded guy. I try not to judge. You like whatever you like, you feel however you feel, alright. But the amount of humans who see a xenomorph queen and their first thought isn't fear or panic, it's goddamn she's thick as fuck, is actually disgusting. Like, I am 100% on board with keeping these primates in the dark forever. Do not ever let them know other life forms exist out there. Like, that's just what's best for the universe, but it's also kind of what's best for them. Like, if we were to make contact with Earth, it would be disastrous. They'd be out there, they'd be fucking everything. They'd get a bunch of allies, and they would inevitably make a play for power in the universe, and, who knows how that would go. Maybe they get wiped out for it, maybe they wind up conquering the whole universe. But one thing I can say would happen with absolute certainty. Humans are going to unlock an entire universe of other species to have sex with. and all of them are going to be worse than just having sex with another human, and that is tragic. Like, why even leave the planet? But with all that being said, I hope this video helped you understand why we need to stay away from Earth. Sorry this video took so long. I got kind of a spotty connection where I'm at right now, so it's just taking a while to upload. I really hope it doesn't wind up on some website other than SpaceTube. Like, it bounces off of satellites in a way that it winds up on some random video website on some random planet. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Very informative. I actually really liked that. That was actually fantastic. Next! From CCTV Clip 67, Gunnery Sergeant Hartman visits LV-426, Full Metal Jacket vs. Aliens. Speaking of xenomorphs.
Hello, fuckers, I'm back! This is Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, and I have landed on this godforsaken rock called LV-426 to figure out why everyone keeps vanishing like cowards on payday. Anybody alive in here? This place looks like a submarine married a haunted house and the kids ran away. I swear to God, if this outpost jump scares me one more time, I'm shutting it down with pure marine intensity. What in the scrambled egg bullshit is this? Who left 100 intergalactic cocoon-looking nightmares lying around? Clean this up before I lose my mind. Hey, no hissing.
You think the xenomorph egg
what kind of giant
that the facehugger is gestating in tastes good?
This thing's feet are bigger than half my recruits' egos. If this creature thinks it's gonna scare me, it's dead wrong. I've yelled at worse-looking monsters in basic training. Come on out, you overgrown freak. If there's some creepy space
acid?
lizard down this tunnel,
Do the eggs have acid too?
before I turn this whole damn moon into a training range. And stop spitting at me. I didn't come here to get electrocuted by bad engineering. What in the sticky, slimy, satanic nightmare is this? Somebody let an alien
No, or you
spider
can't have
decorate
sex
this
with the
room
egg.
pure evil.
Then why
Don't
does it
you
look like a
move.
vagina?
I ain't dealing with wall goo that thinks it's alive. Bioengineered broom closet of a creature! Get down here and face me like a proper nightmare! Don't you run from me, you skeletal freak show! I'll yell you into a new evolutionary category! Hey! Whatever's down there! Stop lurking like a coward with claws! Come up here and face me before I start dropping crates on your ugly head! Oh, you want to make noise? Try me, you deep-core hell beast! That thing climbs walls better than half my recruits on a confidence course! Get down here, you spooky black skeleton bug! I ain't done yelling at you! This place looks like my barracks after a pack of undisciplined recruits got loose. Who taught you space people to leave your
getting
quarters like a
text.
disaster
Okay,
zone?
we'll add that.
If I find whoever caused this mess, they're cleaning this moon with a toothbrush. If you think I'm fighting you on this toxic rock in my dress uniform, you're out of your damn mind! All right, you wall-climbing space freak, let's see how you handle a Marine with proper gear! You want some of this, you wall-crawling nightmare bug? Come fucking get it! Yeah, that's right! Run! Game over,
AI
man!
technology
Game
is
over!
funny.
All right, you metal bug, I'm locked and loaded. Come on out so I can finish what you started. Don't make me climb up there, I'll ruin your whole fucking day. All right, you wall climbing freak, let's turn up the heat. Yeah, run! That's a flamethrower hug, you ugly space bug.
I need immediate evac. This moon is falling apart and some giant metal spider is trying to turn me into a snack. Get that bird here now before I have to punch my way back to orbit.
About damn time you showed up! Get this metal bird on the ground before that space bug finds me again! Back up, you wall-climbing nightmare! I ate your dinner! I'm the Marine that ruined your whole career! Want round two, you ugly steel-boned fucker? Come get some!
1, 2, 3, 4.
hitch a ride!
Copy. Throttling up.
Goodbye, LV-426. You can keep your bugs, Slop, Go, and nightmares.
You remember when Randy Pitchford decided that LV was not
Johnny's
nuked?
done with this place.
Remember when
Now
Randy
sound off in the
Pitchford
comments
decided
and
that?
Tell me where the hell I'm going next.
There's always another one. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. This is important. Okay, hang on. Okay, also good. Also, that's a good one. Yeah, it's quality. Also. Oh yeah, we're getting that one. We're getting that one in right now. We're getting that one in right the fuck now. Very necessary viewing. Exceedingly so. Let's see if I get a claim for this one. UFC Classics! Brock Lesnar versus Frank Mir. UFC 81 Classic. Ah. Classic. Nowadays, Lesnar is int-maxing. He's decided to switch his build in his old age. Brock doesn't get it. What is the average length of an MMA match? I think it's different by weight class. I want to say overall it's like about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I think. Fascinating viewing. Chat, I really need to piss, actually. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alright, I'm here. I'm back. Orange drink. Alright, back to it. Nyeh. From 8 to 30 minutes mostly? Kari, hello. From Kong, Rich Evans dies.
Hey, Mike.
Sleep deprived. Same.
I noticed no Rich today. Do you know where he went to?
Oh, he's dead.
America's sweetheart departed to the hereafter.
The Klingon phaser. Quickly, use it.
Ow, my back!
I think that one's stun. I think the top one's kill.
Oh, okay.
They were having fun on this one.
It's fun. Yeah. It's good to share. You want to do some more?
I'll do a couple more, yeah. And then we should probably get going.
Yeah.
Iconic ow fuck as he waits for death.
Oh, fuck!
I forgot about Rich Effin.
Like, forgot that he existed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. I was like, what's different? Oh.
It's a shame that he died.
How many times?
And that it's a shame that he'll never, ever be in a video again.
I know. He passed
Really
on.
sad. He passed away, and he'll never show up in a video
it was
ever
a
again. It's
nice,
so sad.
tasteful service.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of pomp. And I
Do you
know
think they'd absolutely make it a bit if one of them actually died at some point?
That was weird.
Even weirder was when it just reversed and we were back to life. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder who.
But they didn't
Do you think they'd do a
They
skit
didn't bring Rich
at
back,
the
and that's the
funeral?
unfortunate thing is that he'll never, ever be in a video that we do ever again.
Do you think if Rich is in the casket, they would put a camera up to him?
You fucked with the wrong VCR repairman.
Jesus Christ! Jesus, help me! Oh, baby Jesus, why have you forsaken me?
Goodbye, fucko. Yeah.
Oh my God, Mike! The fuck did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do? I shot the motherfucker to death.
Oh no, we talked everything out.
Yeah, we used our words. What? Oh. What are we gonna do with the body now?
Hammer into Mike's casket. Look how old he looks.
Hey, it's that rich guy.
Yeah.
Shit, I thought he was dead.
Hey, didn't you died?
Almost. You see, I was floating on that giant bouncy castle way up high in the sky, and there I was, riddled with bullets. My body was slowly bleeding to death, and I was about to breathe my last breath when suddenly...
Whatever he says, it's gonna be really stupid.
My floating bouncy castle bumped into a UFO.
What he said was really stupid.
That's just terrible writing.
Yeah.
Terrible writing.
You know, according to this magazine, the VCR industry is about to boom, baby!
Rich, that magazine's from 1982.
What? Oh.
Finally saving the trouble of someone else.
Oh, fuck. No, him, you hit him for, no! Oh, fuck! Bonza Dalyevich, you son of a bitch.
Where she keeps it.
Guys, I'm not dead. It was just insurance fraud.
Fine, yeah, we're watching that soccer too. Just sit. Go. Look at that.
Did they rape yet?
The Showbiz Pizza Bear came out
He finally
of nowhere.
came back.
Oh God, I can't life. It's really biting my neck. Ow! Oh God! Ow! 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 Oh God! Ow! Ow!
Is he joking? Is this the thing that's really happening? I think
I'm bleeding to death.
really happening.
It's dicking the birthday boy to death.
Oh my God. He knocked over one of the tombstones.
It's alright. That person's long dead.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That was frightening.
That was terrifying.
Well, it's 4 a.m. Rich Evans is dead.
Yes.
The Showbiz Pizza Bear killed him, sadly.
It was bound to happen eventually.
It was bound to get him. It wanted to dick him when he was a mere child, and now it's finally got him.
You're laughing. The hero of Vault 13 is dead and you're laughing.
I'm free! My soul is finally free!
Enjoy hell, Rich. Yeah, that was a bad day, wasn't it? Excellent viewing, quite frankly. Powerful message. Next! From Vrisk, Mr. Bean / Johnny English, and Hitman Blood Money. You better watch out. You know, the only Hitman game I ever played was Contracts. Delayed Space Cop by about 6 years. It's true. Yeah. Cat. Remember when video games were good? I do. I remember. Good editing. Ahoy! The MP40! A favorite of mine, quite
Picture the
frankly.
scene. Europe, World War II. A band of plucky heroes captured by the Germans. But they've got a cunning plan. Darkness falls and they make their escape. Nazi guards firing fruitlessly into the night.
No wonder the Germans were winning
And
for so
the
long. The
weapon they're using-
MP40 fucks!
It's the MP40. The Nazi submachine gun. A symbol of terror that swept across Europe, and a staple feature of war films. So, what prompted its development? How did the machine pistol evolve? And what's its relevance today? The machine gun had a profound effect on warfare. Where two similarly equipped sides faced one another,
That the Germans wanted to
stalemate of
ban the trench gun?
warfare was the result.
In World War I specifically, they wanted to make
Rifles
shotguns
were
a war
ill-suited to
crime.
confined fighting. So, to break the deadlock, a
They tried!
man-portable automatic weapon was needed. The only practical way to achieve this was to use small caliber ammunition. The development of rimless cartridges for semi-auto pistols led to their consideration for full auto use. The first machine pistols were just that, modified self-loading handguns. But their high cyclic rate and recoil, short magazine capacity and barrel length limited their use. In any case, giving up the rifle was a difficult proposition, and just as the potential utility of these new weapons was starting to be realized, the Great War ended. Not a moment too soon, really. Hugo Schmeisser's MP-18 design was the most successful of this era, used by German stormtroopers quite successfully towards the end of the war. It fired at around 400 rounds per minute from a 20-round box magazine, or from a 32-round snail mag as used with the artillery Luger. It was very effective at a close range, but not entirely without flaw. It was craftsman-made, not really suitable for mass production, and it was heavy, weighing 25% more than a Kar 98K when loaded. It was also prone to accidental discharge. A hard knock could overcome the recoil spring, chamber, and fire around. So it was promising, but needed to evolve.
Absolutely.
The MP-18 design was licensed to a number of foreign countries, proving useful for police and military roles during the interwar period. Meanwhile, Schmeisser continued work on his design over the next decade, leading to the MP-28. Notable differences were the inclusion of a fire selector, allowing single shots, and a manual safety.
More.
Another arms designer named Heinrich Vollmer was also working on improvements to the MP-18 design, with the development of a number of prototypes funded by the Reichswehr. None of these early designs gained any real traction, and the funding dried up by 1930. But undeterred, Vollmer sought a commercial means to develop his ideas and joined forces with arms manufacturer Irma Werke. What would become the MP-40 was starting to take shape, but there was no shortage of competition. Plenty of other nations expended effort in seeking their own SMG.
Goddamn
the Americans
right!
had the Thompson, conceived in
Fuck
similar
yeah, Tommy gun!
circumstance to the MP-18. The Finns had the Suomi KP-31, which had the innovation of a 71-round drum magazine for an impressive amount of sustained fire. The Russians imitated them with the similar PPD-34, ultimately developing the PPSH-41. War was on the horizon again, and this time, SMGs were going to be relevant from the start. The Nazis came into power in 1933, and German rearmament shifted gears. A decision about the future machine pistol had to be made. At this time, there were three main candidates: the Steyr MP-34 from Austria, the Bergmann MP-32, and Heinrich Vollmer's designs.
Under the impression
now
that this is
produced by
one
Irma.
big shared Reconstructionist mythology,
A call for designs
because
was
the
put
UK
out in
has no
1938,
conceptualization of what a
and
firearm
Irma's Bertold
is.
Geipel submitted their EMP-36 design. It was successful, and with a couple of minor changes, it was adopted by the German army as the MP-38. Production started with nearly 15,000 made in its first 2 years, but it was still relatively expensive and time-consuming to produce.
Well, yeah.
One final revision solved this, replacing milled components such as the receiver with parts made from stamped steel. They called it the MP-40, and the rest is history.
There we go.
It may have been designed by committee, but the MP-40
BJ
was a
Blazkowicz
particularly
could dual
expedient
wield
wartime
these things
design,
like nothing.
occupying a sweet spot between effectiveness and cost. Wartime pressure led to similar
MP-40
changes
being
in Allied
manufactured
designs.
as one would talk about
The British
Thor
devised the
driving the
Stem to bolster their
giant
supply of
back.
Thompsons. The Americans developed the M3 as a lower-cost alternative, and the Russians introduced the PPS-43, all of these influenced by the German design. No longer a precision-made tool, now unskilled workers could mass-produce MP-40s in alarming numbers. 95,000 in 1940, 140,000 in 1941. By the time the war ended in 1945, they'd made over 1 million.
Oh yeah, they did.
So once Nazi Germany crumbled and captured arms were redistributed, it's little surprise that the MP-40 started to turn up in other places. Films about the war were popular for quite some time after, and the MP-40 enjoyed a lot of screen time in the hands of the bad guys.
You're goddamn right
If
it
anything,
did.
it was overrepresented, often replacing the far more common Kar 98K in infantry hands. But you can't deny the stubbier profile of the MP-40 is more distinctive, more imposing, similar to the Thompson's fit for on-screen gangsters. So for a while the Nazis became cinema's favourite adversary, and the MP-40 was firmly installed as their weapon of choice. It's
Well, you know, with
inextricably
everyone in
linked
charge
with
of
the
Hollywood,
Third
it's not
Reich.
really
But
surprising.
interestingly, it needn't be a Nazi that wields it. A fact that makes it all the more powerful.
You know the ones.
It can also be a tool of resistance for partisan fighters and citizens at arms. A parallel rebellious identity. Sort of a violent take on Make, Do and Mend. By the 1970s, war films had started to fall out of favour, replaced with crime thrillers and disaster movies. The MP40 abandoned in favour of more modern-looking guns, Uzis, MP5s, and M16s. Unlike the
class.
two-faced Thompson, which served both gangster and GI, the MP40 exists in only a very narrow band, 5 years at most. So for a while, the historical war setting was relegated to the background. But the 50th anniversary of the war rekindled interest, leading to the release of Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It would spur a decade-long revival in films such as Enemy at the Gates and Downfall, television like Band of Brothers, and of course, video games.
There it is!
Clearly not content with prompting a resurgence in war cinema, Steven Spielberg turned his hand to interactive media, providing the story for 1999's Medal of Honor. Of course, the MP40 was present in the hands of the Nazis, and FPS conventions had solidified to the point where weapon pickups were mandatory. This meant that upon killing an enemy equipped with the SMG,
I should
you had the
really
chance to
stream
use it
Journey
yourself.
as Wolfenstein, man.
And the novelty of finding
I
something
really
new
should.
encouraged players to use it in place of their issued weapons. Medal of Honor's critical acclaim led to the inevitable sequels, the series peaking
All over
with
again
the
for my mascot with
PC-centric
my
Allied
tutorials.
Assault.
I hope it goes well, hon.
3D graphics were improving rapidly by this point.
Did you get enough
and
sleep?
A more generous polygon allowance for
Are you no longer
EP?
EP?
And that weapons could be rendered more realistically than ever, subconsciously teaching players a thing or two about firearm recognition.
Go, of course.
As the number of World War II games exploded, there was nary an FPS gamer left who couldn't identify the metallic curves of the MP40. The war genre really was saturated for quite a while.
Guy's job was legit like
with some
housework.
particularly well-known franchises emerging around this time. Battlefield.
You always have to
Brothers
pick
in
up the
Arms,
slack for people that just
and of
don't feel like
course,
doing their
Call
fucking
of
job. It's
Duty.
terrible.
The chaotic gunplay that would become the series' hallmark meant that the SMG options were always guaranteed popularity, so the chatter of its fire and silhouette obituaries were common to behold.
She's just a little
Particularly
goblin.
The MP40 in World at War was a divisive fan favourite. Its generous damage and spray
I'm one of those weirdos that started Call of Duty at 3.
Which
Call of Duty 3 was the first one I played. Had quick time events.
By the end of the decade, World War II games were starting to become less appealing. Only a few late runners carried
Like Modern
the
Warfare
wartime
3 is still my
torch,
favorite.
tapping
I didn't
into
actually
latent
play Modern
demand for the
Warfare 3.
setting.
I dipped out of Call of Duty
But
after Black Ops
post-2010,
1.
where the MP40 appeared, it did so as a relic. It reappeared in later installments of Call of Duty as a throwback, even once the series went sci-fi.
Advanced
I
Warfare
suppose
was
the
Advanced
MP40
Warfare
doesn't
the
see
one where
much
they went to
real-world use
space?
nowadays. Perhaps the only authentic modern appearance would be an insurgency.
Okay.
Middle Eastern paramilitary fighters don't necessarily have the luxury of choice when it comes to armament.
Advanced
More
Warfare they
recently,
lost
there
me
has
at.
been an uptick of interest in World War II.
I think that was the
with
case
both
with a decent
Call of
amount of
Duty and
people.
Battlefield returning to their roots. It's nice to
I
revisit
have
the
heard
setting
the
with
one where they
updated
go to
graphics,
space described
but I
as
doubt
the
this
fifth
revival
best
will
Halo
be as
game.
broad as the earlier peak. So with it, the MP40 will fade, to return when World War II is
Advanced
en vogue
Warfare was the
again.
one with the exosuits.
But
Was that the one Kevin
weapons portrayal
Spacey
has
was in?
left a lasting impression.
Infinite
Picture
Warfare
the
is the
scene.
space one, thank you.
A band of plucky space rebels on the run from an evil empire.
Started adding
Pursued by
jetpacks and wall jumps.
stormtroopers who can't seem to hit the broadside of a bulkhead. The weapon they're using? Well, it's a blaster, based on a Sterling submachine gun.
Well, yeah.
But the way the
Like Han
weapon's
Solo's
used
gun is just a fucking
identical
Mauser.
to how the MP40 was portrayed in early war films.
Isn't Infinite the one that the
Mean-looking,
servers
but
messed up on? I
ultimately
forget.
impotent. And
I'm
there's
trying to
never any
recall
doubt whose
news
side the
from the
stormtroopers
game
are
cycle
on.
of like a decade ago that can't do it.
It is the quintessential bad guy weapon. For a short time, it was a very real tool of oppression. But now, it's a device for war stories.
Does George
An
just
emblem of
have
evil.
all the prop guns they
And a
used in the
reminder
original
that even
trilogy in his
unstoppable
garage?
forces can be subverted.
I feel like he does.
The MP40.
I think if you just
Stormtrooper.
opened up George Lucas's garage, a bunch of fucking blasters would
Rebel.
fall out.
Thank you very much for watching, and
Titanfall
until
2 is a
next
better
time,
space COD. Titanfall 2
farewell.
is one of the best single-player FPS campaigns I've ever played. It's fantastic. Informative. Knowledgeable. Next! Chat, this one's for me. Hyper Gauge 1 minute melee, Little Mac versus Mako no Chiippo! Season 2, finale, full version. This was the first one they did after they left Screw Attack. Mac 10 Truther!
2 fighters, no research, 60 seconds, 1 minute melee.
You know, Ippo is still an ongoing manga for some fucking reason.
This is it, people. The match you've been waiting for. 2 of the most skilled fighters in fighting game in anime history.
They really put their whole balls into this episode back then.
Entering the ring towards our right, weighing 107 pounds, height of 5'7", Little Mac!
They will never port Punch-Out Wii for any reason. It's not going to happen.
Weighing 124 pounds, 5'5", give it up for...
But not really, and people keep wanting him IRL to return. Like a bad version of the last Rocky movie. Okay, but why does Rocky have cancer?
Boy, you've taken on worse than this before. If you don't rip this guy to shreds, I'm gonna be disappointed.
You got it, Doc. I've heard a lot about this guy.
That's not how Little Mac should sound. He's Italian.
Be on your toes,
He should
alright,
sound
kid?
like pizza pasta.
Gotcha.
Heaven or hell! Round 1, fight!
Really just fucking everyone's day up. They really were the best at sprite animation. Phenomenal work. You know, as someone who's not all that knowledgeable of the sport of boxing, I assume similarly to professional wrestling, if you're grabbing the ropes, the guy's not allowed to punch you, right?
That was absolutely wild! I don't think any other kind of human being can survive being in that ring with any of these 2 combatants. Holy crap!
That is true.
Great stuff
Okay.
as usual, Mac, but it ain't over yet. The kid's still standing.
You know the demo for Punch-Out for the Wii is completely different from the main game because you, like, fight Doc Lewis in the gym.
Peanut damage.
And you can punch his chocolate bar out of his hands and he rips off his jacket in anger and tries to kick your ass. I liked was Mike Tyson saying Little Mac was in the wrong weight class and should be DQ'd. Shouldn't that be the fault of the boxing commission at that stage?
And so the battle continues. Round 2, fight!
Come to think of it, shouldn't King Hippo not be allowed to compete because he's, like, absurdly obese and weighs like 800 pounds or something ridiculous? That shouldn't compete if we're being realistic. You know, fittingly enough, the only Irish character in Punch-Out history is a dirty cheater that put horseshoes in his gloves. Very fitting. Depends on if Big Gambini has laundered $250,000 on you taking a fall or not. You know, you're not wrong! They let DK compete. I would imagine Donkey Kong was allowed to compete under threat by Donkey Kong himself. fuck did you get a panning camera shot in your sprite animation?
Hit him back.
Thank you, Doc. Did I watch Epo? Do you have, like, interest in a sports anime about punching someone in the face? Is that something that sounds appealing to you? If so, probably.
Nice work, Matt. Just like old times, huh?
He's gone from stealing his bike to stealing the man himself. Holds up really well, man. To this day, I have no idea what happened with the show. I got no fucking clue still. Because they were working on the new season, and then they stopped for a while, and then they said that they were going to work on an all Dragon Ball centered season, and then no one liked that idea, so they scrapped the whole thing, and I haven't fucking heard from them since. And that was years ago at this stage, man. You can only blame the Rona for so long, especially when you're working remotely with the people that are helping you on animation shit. Rate the Doc Lewis match. I lament that Punch-Out for the Wii and its demo are just gonna be gone forever. I lament it every day.
Get ready for the next battle.
They were still doing previews for this shit at this stage. Huh. Hyper-gate. They have filler shows on this channel now to try and fill the void, and it doesn't work. From Woomy, good name. Balut sausage, warning, may not be suitable for young viewers. Re-upload. Graphic. If we get banned, you know who to blame. It'll be recompiled one day, then it'll never be lost media. Gotta be nice. 1 minute Melee and Super Mario Bros. Z fighting over who can procrastinate more on their sprite fights. It's extra funny because when we did this on one of these streams before where we just watched those 3 matches for 1 minute Melee that are just the end of Mario Bros. Z.
So each one of these bad boys contains one little baby duck inside of it. You know, some of these episodes are...
Alvin tried to remake Mario Bros. Z twice.
Oh
lazy bitch.
This is horrifying. Oh, God,
what is this? It's an egg.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Why did I agree to do this episode? And why did I buy so many eggs? I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do this episode anymore.
No, you're gonna do the episode because the people demanded we do the episode.
I'm going through something. These things were close to being born. Golly, you know what? We're just gonna skip right ahead to where all these are peeled. Stay in school, kids.
Yeah, this is what you wanted.
If you're still with me by this point, here's your warning. It's gonna get even more graphic.
Yes! Yes, it is!
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, there it is!
It's even worse than I imagined.
It's gonna get worse!
There better not be any skeletons in there. Oh, what the heck just fell in there? God, look at all the feathers. I am straight up not having a good time right now. Salt and pepper. Oh, it went from yellow to red. This sausage is probably going to be boiled. We have to change up our order of operations. So that
this is a strange way to go about this, I'll be honest.
Oh, God, it's going. Oh, it's coming out on its own. In 3, 2, 1, let's sausage.
The sausage is coming out!
Oh, that's it? Oh, that's it. We'll just give it some tippage there and get all that remaining balut out. Oh, shoot, there's nothing to will it blow. Hang on, we got some balut remnants. With special thanks to today's Mark Boxalo box artist, this guy. Mark, if you're looking for work, come down to my basement and play Will It Blow. I'll pay you industry minimum. Come on, you and me together. We'll end this.
You know, Mark Ruffalo recently said when asked about a solo Hulk film, he responded with, "Do you really want to see another one?" Not with you.
You know Helix Sleep, the makers of premium mattresses and bedding to fit your specific sleep needs. Get started by taking the sleep quiz on the Helix Sleep website. Answer a few questions about your body type and sleep preferences, and let them pick out the perfect mattress for you. That's how I was matched with the Dusk Lux mattress.
Chat, why did they make Bruce Banner, of all characters, into a Reddit man?
Hippopotamus. And remember, Helix Sleep mattresses are fiberglass free. In fact, Helix owns its own
Of all the characters to Redify, they chose the Hulk.
To buy something you haven't tried? Helix has a 100-night sleep trial, so you get more than 3 months to make sure you absolutely love it. Plus, Helix mattresses have a 10-year warranty.
And then he dabbed.
Offer financing options and flexible payment plans. I love my Helix.
3-film series where Hulk fights all of his iconic villains like Blue Hulk and Gray Hulk and Orange Hulk.
HelixSleep.com/ordinary sausage to get 20% off plus 2 free pillows. So, will it blow?
That thing from the end of the Ed Norton movie with Mastermind, that's never gonna get followed up on ever.
Well, shucks. We got some on the box, so I'm gonna have to give that Will It Blow to Mark Ruffalo's. All right, we're gonna run upstairs real quick and boil this. Please don't burst. Please don't burst. Please don't burst.
Is it gonna burst?
Quite possibly, it's done.
He showed up in Captain Falcon.
Oh, you can still see the feathers. Here we go!
I was completely unaware of any plot point in that film, thank you. Jesus Christ, I'm going to die.
Well, okay, let's open it up and see how we did. Oh my God! It is
Yeah, it's bad in there!
This episode has scarred you. Just imagine how I feel. Why does it smell so fishy?
And then Abomination was a comedy bit thing in the 7 dumplings or whatever. I knew about ruining Abomination. I knew about that one.
For the strong fish smell coming
Jesus Christ. Nothing is sacred.
Okay, let's see if that's done now. Okay, let's open it up and see how we did again. Oh, that's much better. Follow your dreams. Here we go! It tastes like eggs with fish in it. It's very eggy. Oh, God, you can see the feathers still. It's got
Jesus
a little
Christ.
spring in it. But yeah, it mostly tastes like egg and fish. It's certainly not a sausage that I would ever eat again. The whole thing has been awful. I'm gonna have to give this sausage here a 1.5.
Thing Fang Foom was turned into a Chinese restaurant. Fuck's sake.
Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop.
Understandable. It's still oozing. Huh. That looks foul. Yeah. I will see what Sneck has sent me. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus. I was expecting some bad shit that's worse than I was expecting, I'll be honest. Next! From Ghost is Black V1069. Mr. Christian Bale, Halo Rant, Halo 3 Machinima by Uber Haxor Nova re-upload. You remember when Machinima just died? You remember? Machinima just exploded one day.
Sure that we could get the actual actor, Christian Bale, in our Machinima?
Yeah, Shane, actually I do. I mean, when I heard Christian Bale had an Xbox Live gamer tag, I was quick to send him a friend request, and he actually accepted it.
I don't know about this. I mean, I know he could probably get us really popular and all.
This is really quiet.
No, listen, Shane, there's no possible thing that can come out of this that would be bad. I mean, this is Christian fucking Bale we're talking about here.
I know who it is. I mean, he's big, and that's the exact reason why I think it's weird that he would actually help us make a machinima. We're just
Everyone wanted to be red versus blue.
Well, you
yes,
can't really put yourself
literally
in his shoes.
every single fucking thing wanted to be red versus blue.
I mean, I didn't spend 5 hours in Forge and set up all these lights and everything for no reason. He's gonna come in. He's gonna help us make a machinima. He's gonna be impressed by the way we set things up.
Let me get
and
4
we're gonna
fried
get really
chickens.
Popular everywhere
Whole
for
fried
having him
chickens?
in it.
Alright, so all you want
You
me
want me to
do
just dunk
is
4 whole
stand
birds
back
in the
and
batter?
Capture it with my capture card?
Well, yeah, duh. You are my only friend with a capture card.
Remember when
So,
Red vs. Blue
yeah, I
became
just
some
need you to
action
stand
show
back
about the lore?
and just
Yeah, I recall.
that we get, okay?
Alright, I guess I can...
It's one of the worst decisions ever made in the history of the internet.
Fuck this up for me, please.
Very good, very well made action scenes, though. Thank you, Montillon.
Mr. Bale. Thanks for
Very
joining
well
our
done,
game
at the very
and
least.
taking your time out of your busy schedule to help us make this machine.
Capture card,
Really appreciate
ancient
it.
technology.
I heard from a friend on Xbox Live that you're not much of a talker, so yeah, let's just go.
They're
ahead
talking about
and
the
get
Library of
scene up,
Alexandria.
and then we'll let you go on your way.
If he doesn't talk, how do we even know it's Christian Bale?
Was the death battle they did any good?
This is
Carolina and Meta was fine, and I didn't watch the other one because they fired the guy that voiced Caboose before it.
Alright, I'm going, geez.
For the horrible offense of not being a progressive.
Alright, Mr. Bale, sir, we're all set up with the scene. We got all the scenery and everything set out. I gave you the script in an Xbox Live message, and you only have to say those 2 lines, and that'll be it.
Alright, Bruce. And... action.
Why does that happen to me? Why did you have to be taken away from me? I don't even want to live anymore. I can't take it. I just wish I could console with someone.
Oh man, this is the dramatic part. I think I need to get in for a close-up.
This is a joke that was relevant for like 2 months in 2007.
Maria, why'd you leave me?
Stay off the fucking set.
Oh, no, I was just getting a close-up.
You're unbelievable, man. You're unfucking believable.
Damn it, Shane. Alright, let's just take a minute.
Working with a guy
minute.
who
Let's
never
go
remember his
again.
lines.
And let's
Even
not
if he let
have
him
you
hold the script
fucking
in his
walking
hands while
in.
line reading. You hate to see it.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I didn't try to mess up the scene.
Oh, good for you. And how was it? I hope it was fucking good because it's useless now,
People
isn't it?
really circulated this for a straight 2 weeks online, by the way.
No!
And they kept
You got
doing more
any
with it.
fucking idea about, hey, it's fucking
This happens on
distracting
literally
having
every
somebody
movie
walking
set,
up
by the way.
behind Bryce
Every
in the
single
middle of
time
the fucking
anything is
scene.
filmed, someone
no, shut
flies
the
off
fuck
the
up,
handle
Bruce.
like this.
Am I gonna walk around and rip your fucking lights down? Da-da-da-da, like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you?
This is completely unprofessional.
What don't you fucking understand? All right? I'm trying to fucking do a scene here and I'm going, why the fuck is Shane walking in there? What is he doing there? Do you understand my mind is not in the scene if
He
you're
was
doing
literally
that?
correct.
I don't
Yes!
think he tried to
Yes, he
ruin
was.
the scene, Mr. Bale. I mean, he was just
The
trying
worst
to get
part
a
of it all
close-up.
is people were giving them
You
guys
don't
shit for
fucking
2 straight
understand,
weeks because
that's
of
what
this.
that is. That's what that is, man. I'm telling you.
What don't we understand?
Bruce, I think I want to sign off.
I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. You don't shut up for a second, all right?
I knew we should have got Little Wayne.
Oh, my name is Little Wayne, I'm a Little Wayne, I'm a Little Wayne, I'm a rap game, Little Wayne, I'm a Little Wayne, I'm a back playing a rock, Little Wayne.
Maria, why'd you leave me?
What a strange era to go back to. Huh. Excuse me, I have one more at. Good. Excellent. Huh. On to the next one. Oh Lord, it's gonna keep happening. From AJ Dude 9 Pizza Tower Humor Mozzarella Flavor. The pizza. You're fucking it up. You're fucking it up real bad right now. That's what happens. Only good things happen as a result of this, by the way. There you go. Dumbass. I like that he just stands there and takes it. That is a deep bag. The beast! You fucked it up at the last second. There are many men in this chat room who would kill any number of people for a woman that looks like that. They are all wrong for doing it. "75-minute videos about how life's a transgender Palestine allegory. Bring me back to a better time! You know, I had to climb through my window not all that long ago, and it was a very simple process. I don't know why everyone has such trouble crawling through a window. Cause and effect. Silly Foyd. There you go! You went too hard. Anyone who does this is a terrorist. That fuck. He's not pleased. Lay where it lies.
I got a here.
We need to bring back obviously fake ragdolls whenever we film anything. There's that bit in Fresh Prince where he's at the gym and he keeps getting the shit kicked out of him by women, and every single time it just cuts to a shitty-looking ragdoll. Great.
What do you think he's listening to?
Probably death metal or hard rock.
I think I just got a tonal whiplash I haven't felt since I was a child. Christ. Fuck you, Jerry! Bye. They approach. Just go for the exit. Ducks, they found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Take that, Xi Jinping. What did you think was gonna happen? What wizardry do you have to do to make a car bounce like that? I believe the term is a hydraulics. It approaches. Huh. Next! From Oif, when the Doom music stops kicking in.
What do you think it is?
You boomer, die.
You strat me.
Dude, your FOV is way too fucking high. That's the game's normal FOV. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah?
So this is what the youth play in their spare time, is it? Audio is messed a little bit. How messed are we talking? You mean nothing sounds right? Check audio. Everything seems normal. I am not seeing any form of auto translation on.
Oh my god. No. No. Mom.
Users hearing opera for the first time and believing it to be some sort of alien tongue. Video games. Next! From Nickleys. The colony has a new friend. This is half a minute long. Faz. Please look forward to Randy Newman coming for my kneecaps for this.
You got a friend in me.
I can hear him knocking at the door.
You got a friend.
He's talking in that weird voice. He's got a sledgehammer. It's happening. He's marching down the hall as we speak. Faz, no!
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
Humorous. Next, the exact same thing. Worst kitchen in RimWorld history.
So good and... Oh my god. What's that in there?
Oh,
Sleep
dear.
Bargs.
When was that clean last? Seriously? Look at that. There's another one. Why are they keeping this? My big worry is how much chicken does this restaurant really need? Oh my God.
You can never have enough chicken.
What is that? Raw chicken. Bruh. Oh no. What the fuck is this? It's never ending. Just when I think I've seen enough, there's more.
And RimWorld surgery be like. All right, now just rub the juice on him. There you go.
But what the hell?
This is true. This is accurate. Internet historian, very serious business.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
They still give you $2,000 per advert.
Business is important.
So true.
Business is professional. Business is the engine in the car on the road that drives us forward to our journey. There is no I in business.
So true, Oomphy.
Welcome to the seminar. Serious Business 101. First slide, please. It's August 6th, 2013, and we're at a conference in Nashville, Tennessee. Agile 2013. What's Agile? Well, it's blah, 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 blah. That bit's not terribly important. What matters is that this is a very professional environment. Keynotes, panels, networking.
You're fascinating to talk to.
And a quirky little idea. Interactive display boards.
This in no way can go awry.
Across the convention grounds, in lobbies, the cafeteria, gathering grounds. And there's a brilliant innovation to go with them. An automatic Twitter feed. Simply use the hashtag Agile2013 and your unmoderated message will appear on the board.
Nothing bad can possibly happen as a result of this.
You guys. And people were loving it, giving feedback, showing their pride. It was all going great. For a whole 87 minutes, when one attendee had a very unprofessional idea. He takes a photo of one of the displays and posts it to a certain message board with the following text. Hello, B. I come to you in a time of great need. 5 giant screens. Ridiculous avatars, gore, and trap imagery would be much appreciated. Please.
The time has come.
Please. Well, we'd better test this out. So people logged into Twitter, wrote something dumb with the hashtag Agile2013, and hit send. A minute later, a new photo comes up on the message board.
It's working!
Confirmation.
He would ask for traps!
So there was everyone enjoying the conference. When suddenly...
Where in this convention do I find the Zimmerman-themed butt plugs?
Zimmerman?
My daddy never had big man talk with me. How do I make baby? I want baby.
And from there, it escalated.
There's a guy...
And a man and a woman love each other very much. A man stuffs the woman's cannoli with enough mozzarella to write home about it. Then a little gabagool covered in prosciutto comes out 9 months later.
To notice.
Agile Alliance does not approve of the misuse of the hashtag.
And here was the fatal mistake. They thought,
it's only like 3 trolls from Twitter. It's no problem.
So they rallied their troops, telling them to fight back with the report spam function. Well, said B.
If they want war, we'll give them war.
As they do.
And honestly, they took it too far.
They tend to, yeah.
Posting increasingly reprehensible stuff on the timeline, to the point where all of the other attendees were drowned out by a deluge of horrific images. Their reporting was slow and ineffective against people making alt accounts. So with each passing minute, they were losing more.
Dude, I don't have enough dedication to make an
alt. A couple of Agile attendees stuck their heads up over the trenches and drew targeted fire.
Looks like the feed is being spammed pretty badly. Maybe time to switch hashtags. I can't be the only one reporting all these people. Why doesn't Twitter make them go away?
Lisa is giving free toss jobs at the main screens.
Real!
I'm blocking and blocking, but they keep coming up.
Eventually,
all you need is a couple people to monitor submissions.
Have you tried getting
No, just put everything on the fucking feed. Everything with the hashtag goes on the feed. No one thought this would be a problem.
The cyber police never came. Report them Stop them, cried
There
one
are
of
no
the
cyber
organizers.
police here.
But it was no use. And soon he was targeted too, with his profile and personal pictures shopped into compromising positions. Then those shops were, of course, posted back onto the Agile hashtag. Eventually, Agile had had enough,
I can't take this shit.
and they surrendered.
I'm surprised Wings of
Disabling
Redemption is
the
still alive,
Agile
I'll be honest.
2013 hashtag. And that was the end of it.
Unless...
Or was it? Because it turns out there was another functioning hashtag, Agile2. And once B figured that out, they took to destroying that as well. And that really was the end of it. Or was it? Because B found the host's website. They went straight to the source, uploading content directly to the displays.
I could
And
really
that
go for some McNuggets
was
right
the
now.
end.
You know
The
that?
next day, the only thing on the displays was this message.
We are working on shutting down the Eventifier site, we are reporting abusive accounts, we are also trying to find all other sources and shut them down as well.
Who will die
I'm
first, Wings of
sorry.
Redemption or DSP?
And that was the
DSP will
tragedy
outlive all of
that
us.
befell the Gaylord Ops.
That man could be homeless,
Very
starving in a gutter,
guys.
and will still find
Slide
ways to
two,
upload and stream.
But first, airtime. Shadow Man here with Raid Shadow Legends. Available now on iOS and Android. It's a
He
totally
played
free
GoldenEye
RPG
007 and died to the first guy. I
for
saw!
people with ADHD, but don't take my word for it.
People
Here's someone from
design
IGN.
games specifically with this man in
Look how many
mind.
positive reviews it has. In fact,
Don't
I bought
forget
another
that.
phone with my sponsorship money so I can dual-wield Raid Shallow Leaves.
You guys not have phones? Yeah.
Dozens of upgradable characters, fleshed out storyline with... Wait,
I believe
just
he quit
realized
playing
this is my
F-Zero
one opportunity to
GX
say
because he
bad
said
stuff
it was
about
boring.
Shroud.
I've watched almost every one of his videos.
He'll never hear it because he always skips my fucking ass.
F-Zero
Red
GX
But don't take my word for
was
it. Here's
boring
someone
to this
from
man.
Qualcomm. Mom, I've been playing for 2 days straight, and there's nothing you can do to
He's a
stop me.
homunculus?
No, stop.
I
Mom.
believe it.
Look at this one. I use this champion because she has a massive Are you playing a fucking console? Throw that in the trash, my dude.
That's my dialysis machine.
Your phone is the only dialysis machine you need. Giant boss fights, PvP battles, almost
If you have
10
the
million
reaction
plays.
speed of a pocket watch.
Are you playing yet? Get it with the code in the description and get
That's
50k
real is what
silver
that
and a
is.
free epic champion. What a twist! There's also big plans to update the game. Here's a roadmap for the next 6 months. Alright, get the game. I've been Shadow Man.
I've played this before.
Thank you.
Is it even remotely
Right,
enjoyable?
where was I? McDonald's is a business. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
I could kill someone
In
for a
January of
10-piece right
2012,
now, man.
They had a brilliant idea. Let us improve brand perception with Twitter. Let us appeal to the common man with hashtag Meet the Farmers. A campaign that informs them that our meat only comes from local, independent producers, and not from, as the papers report, orphanages. So they published this promo.
And I don't think
I'm convinced the reason the McDonald's CEO spit out the new burger that they made is because he's so
Success.
used to the
Hell yeah,
taste of
lads.
fucking
Another win as usual.
orphan meat
People
that
were
eating
loving it.
beef is like poison to him. DSP playing RE9 and not knowing what to do without the yellow paint. I saw the clip of him
So they
being
swapped out this
incapable
hashtag with a
of
new one.
realizing that you're supposed to
McD
get out of an elevator
And here's where
instead of
things took a
trying to
turn.
fight a big
They
mutant.
wanted the Twitter public to tell their experiences at McDonald's. Obviously, only good things ever happen at McDonald's.
You like auto battlers
This
with
is going
OP
to
as
be a
shit dudes you
slam
get
dunk.
for free that make the
Let us
first
shake
half of the
hands
game
in
trivial and boring as
confidence
shit? I
in
can't
our
say I
imminent
do now.
success. So McD Stories premiered on the Twitter homepage and... Within 5 minutes, it was clear that people weren't going to harp on about the time they got a free extra sauce with their McNuggets. Instead, they were going to tell McHorror stories. Here's just a select few.
The
A
worst thing that ever
McFingernail in
happened to
my
me anytime I
fries.
went to
A
McDonald's
woman
is like they just
McSoliciting
gave me the
McSex
wrong
in the
shit or there
drive-thru
was
lane.
shit missing.
I looked this one up, by the way, it's true.
That's
My
the
friend
worst it
claims
ever
that
got from me
Ronald
with
McDonald
McDonald's.
exposed himself to her as a child.
All things considered, I've gotten off easy my whole
McRats and
life.
the buns. Oh yikes, this one's real too.
Go back there in the bun area. You're gonna find at least 3 racks that got droppings on them.
Oh god, make it stop. Someone stop it now. But it was gaining traction.
Anime
More and more
Ribbon
people were
2012 got
publishing their
food poisoning,
negative
never went
stories
back.
on the hashtag.
I have never
And
had
once they
any
had
sort of
used all those
stomach
up,
problems as a
it
result of
progressed to
fast food.
just
Not one.
Making up stuff for shock value. I ate McDonald's as a kid.
Gut
and
made
I'm
of
pretty
lead.
Sure that's why my father left. Closed eyes, sad face. I once saw. I can't say that. But that'll make anyone grimace. Thank you, thank you.
Haven't had McDonald's
Within
in a
2
while.
hours, they pulled down the
Neither have I,
advertising
really.
campaign And in its stead, put up a far
And
more
again, that's mostly down to there's not one
Little
within
things
40 minutes
hashtag.
of me.
They had a few minor trolls there too, but it quickly faded into
Only
obscurity.
McDonald's and Taco Bell
The
ever
media
made me
jumped on the
sick.
story. Case
Can't
studies were
handle the
written,
delicious taste
and
of the
lessons
grilled
were
cheese
learned about
burrito
not
available
getting the
now at
public
Taco
and
Bell,
in-
can you?
Or were they?
He's already dead.
July 1st, 2016. Create your own custom burger on this McDonald's website.
Bun.
I remember this one.
Semen.
Name your creation. Have it published on the website. Then vote on the best one and it will become an official item on the menu.
I
You
remember
knew where this was
toddler
gonna go.
body bag. That
I
was a
knew
good
where
one.
This was going to go. How did McDonald's not? A poem, if you will. The sad European, a thin privilege to go. Bag of lettuce, no tissues, Mein Kampf, just so.
Worse.
The atheist delight,
Yes.
with a side of fries. The toddler body bag,
There it
the
is!
double ketchup surprise. Pepe the sandwich, a rectal prolapse half-baked. Pound my behind daddy, comes with a shake. Girth. The Aryan, a vision of Christ. A whole pineapple with your meal for 10 times the price. A tip for my lady, this one's gluten-free. It's still not too late to vote for Bernie.
That's fucking funny.
Whopper, no onions. Anatomical sandwich. Just grow up, you guys. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to shower off Ron's creamy surprise. See, this is you fucking clown. I mean, yeah. Naturally, the press seized on it as much as the general public did, laughing at all the dumb sandwiches while also condemning them. Guys, come on, guys, this isn't funny, come on. The website was shut down and not much remains.
Yeah, that'll
Except
happen.
for these. And also this text document I found, which has a bunch of other sandwich names. What
There's some
ingredients
good
were
ones
involved
in
and
there,
what
I
they
know.
look like, though, you'll have to use your imagination. Next slide, please.
Real burger
Prophylactics are
hours.
serious business. Let us shake hands in both a fun and safe manner. I see this one is ribbed for my pleasure. Early 2013, Durex launches a revolutionary new app. SOS Condoms. Download, select the product, enter your location, and a condom will be delivered to you within an hour. Oh, perfect timing. Their emphasis was on discretion and anonymity when delivering the goods, and the delivery drivers were in disguise. Pizza delivery guy, police officer.
That one's
I'm not
illegal.
sure that's legal. A gimmick to be sure. And some people thought it was
An out-of-season April Fool's joke.
but people tried it out and it really worked. So they rolled the service out over the tip of Dubai, of all places. But after its first week, the government shut it down, citing it as promoting promiscuity. Booted out, they had a tough time deciding where to launch next. Guys, let's let the audience decide with another online poll.
Why would you do that?
So people
what
jumped on the
reason?
website and started voting.
I will be voting for a Krispy Kreme donut place.
Tens of thousands of votes were counted, with some of the major contenders being
I do that
Paris,
walk sometimes
Singapore,
around the
Kuala
house, I'll be
Lumpur, and
honest.
London.
I'll be real honest about that, man.
But
Powerful.
all of them were outshined.
That and the gorilla
With the most
walk are
votes
really
counted
powerful.
for Batman, a small conservative Muslim city in Turkey.
Let that be an object lesson in the danger.
I miss you, Adam West.
With the laws of Mother
I miss you.
Nature.
The internet rejoiced. Another marketing campaign to add to the KD ratio. A Facebook post went out from SOS Condoms congratulating Batman and to stay tuned for more to come. But there was no more to come, so to speak. The campaign was promptly stopped. SOS Condoms never opened in Batman. SOS Condoms never opened anywhere ever again. They went silent for months. Everyone moved on.
You guys are
SOS
fucking
Condoms
idiots.
deleted their account and slipped
Bye, cat.
forever away into obscurity. Pizza is serious business.
Yes!
DiGiorno does frozen
That's my
pizza, and
guy!
they have a
My
substantial
dude!
social media presence. Domestic violence is bad. Bold statements only on this channel. Well, Twitter had a hashtag for National Domestic Violence Awareness Day. People were sharing their harrowing stories with the hashtag Why I Stayed. These were all quite serious.
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ,
dealt with some delicate and sensitive issues.
Oh, Christ.
Then here comes DiGiorno, throwing on the accelerator, no fucks given, driving right through the front door. They had pizza.
Hehehe, that was a great tweet. I bet everyone is loving it.
The singular good brand account pose. It's getting worse. You hear the screaming.
Precisely 0.1 seconds after they posted it, they must have realized it wasn't the wisest move. And they apologized, but the media got involved. So they kept apologizing.
I'm sorry.
They couldn't
I'm sorry.
stop
I'm
apologizing.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
They just,
You know, for what it's worth, I do get DiGiorno's on, like, a decently regular schedule.
My deepest
Dude,
apologies.
relax.
I understand.
Naming your baby is serious business. Put it to the internet, this Canadian couple said. Trust in the kindness and sensibility of strangers. It was Cthulhu Allspark.
Of course it was.
Do you know what kerning is? It's important in
Space between letters?
It's essentially the proportional space
that.
between fonts. Why does it matter? Well, sometimes two letters close to each other can look like a single letter.
Cover your home in a dick.
Alright, stop. Let me finish up with a little bit of a behind-the-meme style history lesson.
Didn't that channel die?
In the early 2010s, brands were only just finding their foothold in social media. They didn't quite understand how to connect
Anyone
with their
that
audience.
prefers onion rings over fries belongs in the fucking gulag.
Stuffy. Not quite fun. That is until Denny's came along with a game-changing Tumblr account.
I haven't had Denny's since I still lived in Wisconsin, man.
And it appealed to
I went to that
fellow
shit near
Zoomers,
every
such as
day.
myself. It took a little while.
Finding out your parents hated you so much they tried to get the internet to name you.
Arby's
preferable to them killing you before you're born.
Wendy's dropped a mixtape.
Red hair with some pigtails.
And then went into a WWE
Ah, yes,
style
the
feud
era
back
of
and
smug
forth with Burger
Wendy.
King and McDonald's.
Good for
And
pornography
Gen Zers,
and little else.
Such as myself. Lapped it up.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Now, that's not to say they all figured it out. Other brands attempted it too, but without committing fully, they failed to get the
Now
same
that's
appeal.
sad to see.
So, into the late 2010s, things were going pretty great. It was a little content renaissance.
Chick-fil-A is officially America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Imagine if we opened on Sundays. Had to give everyone else, like Wendy's, a chance to make money.
Your mom is a hoe.
Steakums even broke down the whole phenomenon on Twitter and an article.
Holy shit, I
And I'd
wish
like
that
to
was
turn
real.
into a full video soon. But with all these relatable memes floating around, people were starting to feel a little pandered to. Very relatable. Nice. That's relatable.
European fries are a
relatable.
downgrade, not enough salt.
Relatable. Okay.
Do people just not have a
It's getting
fucking
so
store you
fucking
can go
relatable,
to
it's
and
actually
buy like
kind of
seasoning
annoying.
salt?
Guys, we get it. You're relatable. I just
Imagine being
just
not
stop
American.
Relating. Stop.
Ugh.
Stop. Enough. That's it. I can't take it anymore. All right. Silence.
The crab!
And so a new meme was born. The spider crab with laser eyes, Arial font 32 point, white on black bar background, no shadow with text. Silence, comma, brand. And it was a very powerful tool. M&M's pushing something or other. Take that brand.
This brand
fellow
accounts
Gen
acted like
Zers,
this went back to promoting to us
silence,
normally.
brand.
That's
And it
honestly
became a
preferable.
long and enduring meme.
OMG, I feel that. That is such a mood. Relatable AF.
Silence. Sometimes a few brands could crack through it.
Silence Twitter.
But for the most part, this crab has become the quality control of Twitter. An apex predator shutting down lesser brands. God bless it. Alright, it's time to stop. That's enough business for today.
Helby!
Thank you for attending my seminar. Here are the patrons. Thank you very much. I love. Mwah. Mwah. See you at movie night. Mwah.
I look forward to the
Also,
yearly
I have
upload
other
from this
videos on
channel.
the second channel. Sonic cried a little, and Tails put his hand under his face to catch the tears. The chef should
No
have dipped
tails.
some on
That's
his
bad
finger
touch.
and then insisted the host. And also, Shadow Raid Legions on the Nintendo GameCube.
That is what that is. It's true. 2:43. 2 hours and 43 minutes. And 44 minutes. I would say that is good enough for a day. I believe it to be. Quality. Very high quality. A splendid venture, I would say. Can you hear my mouse clicking, by the way? Because it's significantly louder for me because I'm using the new one that Ride got me. Huh. Thanks for the sloppa. I hope it was good sloppa. Oh, give the neck a crack. Oh, Jesus, I'm old. Oh, fuck. I hear it now? What about now? Did you hear those? I'm gonna do 4 right now after I'm done talking. Did you hear those? Not those. This is weird because it's not making noise on your end, despite the fact it's much louder than the old mouse for me. So something's going on there with the dynamics of the old one? I can mash that click button and it's not moving the bar unless I'm talking. What if I get it, like, right up to the goddamn mic? It's barely coming through with me mashing it when it's right up to the mic. Right up to the mic, it's barely there. Yeah, if it's on the desk, you're not hearing shit unless I'm talking. That is fascinating technology. You know that? I digress. Thank you for coming by the stream. I appreciate it. If you want to know when streams are going to be, what we're going to be doing on any given day, check actual. Okay, first things first. First things first. Jesus Christ. Powerful image. Also the Queen Xenomorph in a maid suit. Also very, very, oh, Jesus Christ. Huh. Thanks for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. If you want to know when streams are going to be, what we're going to be doing even today, scroll down just a little bit. Hit the link, follow me on Twitter. Twitch is there. Stream there also. Give that a follow if you like. Patreon's down there. A little bit of support goes a long way to help. You can get your name in the credits, along with these lovely people right here. And thank you, dear Chathany. We should be back on Monday for something or other. Not quite sure what off the top of my head, but we'll figure it out, I guess. Thank you. I'll see you again in the next one. Take care now, Chathany. Goodbye. Don't get arrested.